Hello everybody, welcome to ZeldaSpeedRuns, broadcasting the Link's Awakening DX 100% tournament match. This is no WW/Outer Bounds. I don't know what the WW stands for in this context, but we will find out shortly from our commentators. The racers are Nitroz versus spicefather, and our commentators are Alpha 5 versus Xander J10. I hope I said that last part right, and I've just been informed it's wrong warp. So, say hello, everybody.
Hi, how's it going?
Oh.
I'm Alpha 5.
I'm
we got
Xander.
Xander over here. And yeah, this is our annual tournament that we hold one every year. The category this time is 100% no wrong warp or out of bounds. To explain the out of bounds rules would take an entire hour-long stream, so
20 minutes.
too long. It's categories in this game basically revolve around a lot of arbitrary rules because this game is unbelievably broken and this category has a lot of ridiculous things and it's pretty non-stop for an hour and 20 to an hour and 30 minutes. These guys should probably be closer to the 120 mark, as long as a certain trick that spicefather was having some issues with doesn't go poorly. But this is a pretty good matchup. I don't know what Nitroz's PB is. Spice has got a pretty solid time.
I think Nitroz has like a 123. Maybe?
Yeah.
But Spice is very rusty, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, but you know. Okay, so Astro says Nitroz has a 122 and Spice is just a rusty boy, and we are off. So the start of the game is, I hope you enjoy watching this game played intended. We're going to do that about 4 times over the entire run.
Yep.
But yeah, mash A and B to talk good. Get your shield. We're gonna take a nice relaxing walk to the beach. Whose audio are we using? I guess that's important because there's important audio things we want to talk about as well. Okay, so we're using Nitroz's, so that's important. The opening movement to this game is actually incredibly well optimized. Spice getting a little unlucky with that Octorok. But, oh, and taking a slower path, so this is a little different. So the first thing we want to do is get 10 rupees. And the path that Nitroz took, because that Spiny can drop rupees, if that drops a rupee, what he did was faster. If it doesn't drop a rupee, it's not faster.
Yeah,
That's
pretty
it.
much.
So here's the big lucky and unlucky, so he lost time. And so we're gonna do a trick called rupee duping here. It's pretty simple, and Spice gets such a good. What the?
Oh my gosh!
He misses a dupe because he just got so many. Okay.
Yeah, so every enemy here has a 1 in 2 chance of dropping a rupee, and then if we have our shield or sword out at the same time, and it'll drop on Link's hitbox and the sword or shield hitbox at the same time, and you can dupe it. And we're looking for 10 rupees here, so we can buy bombs and magic powder.
Yeah, and Spice having just like
yeah, that was really good.
That was absurd. Oh my god, what the heck were those dupes he got? Because you can do that rupee duping with the sword and the shield. Also, we're robbing the shopmaker, the shopkeeper, I guess, not maker, because you know, morals. Who has those? Shovels are really expensive for some reason, and we have to dig 1 hole ever.
Yeah, so they're gonna save and quit here, in order to buy the bombs, but just without paying for them, because if you save and quit before the rupee counter goes down, then it never goes down.
Yeah, this game wanted the animation of having the, it's like, oh no, you're spending things, but it doesn't, the original Game Boy release didn't have the ability to update that and do that animation until it was finished. It just didn't have the ability. So, you know, we get this, and we needed those 10 rupees for trendy games so we can go grab this powder. Hopefully no one messes this up, because that's really bad. And let's see if they get the frame perfect text skip or even go for it.
If they do mess it up, if they're smart, they'll hard reset and get back to the shop. If they're not smart, they'll grind for 10 more rupees, but nobody messed it up.
Or they'll save and quit, and then realize they had to grind for 10 more rupees. That happened during our last Hundo tournament!
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, we've had a lot of just races these last couple of weeks with a lot of memes, so I have high expectations
Yeah,
from this
so
race.
okay, so Nitroz is going for our first bomb trigger, doesn't get it, or maybe he was just menuing there. I think Nitroz has some interesting menu setups in certain areas. But basically, the bomb trigger is we drop a bomb, and then on the next frame, we kind of transition and drop another bomb, or it's a 4-frame window or something like that. And when we go to the next screen, it kind of plays the next... okay, Spice, you can't bomb trigger with a shovel. Spice! Okay, but then it plays the next animation on the screen as long as there wasn't, another requirement to it. But as you see, Terran just explodes, doesn't bounce around all the place. We don't have to use any magic powder. And then we skip an owl who talks.
I think it's like the game doesn't expect you to have two bombs on screen at the same time, so it doesn't know what to do, and it's like, oh no, what do I do? Here, have this cutscene.
Spice is a baby, not going for pit walk. You can walk over pit if you believe hard enough.
I'm sad.
Yeah, Xander always goes for it, and he gets it sometimes in really important races.
Yeah, you can it's that specific pit that has a setup where you can pit walk over it, and it saves 5 seconds if you get it, but it's a 50% chance to actually get it.
Yeah, that one's frame rule based, and frame rules are fun. Just be frame perfect every time, it'll be fine. So this is Dungeon 1. Conveniently, it also has the best item in the game in it.
Pretty much.
And oh no, Spice misses, but they both
misses as well.
Oh man, what a race!
Amazing.
All right. Yeah, there's a lot going on in this game. So much to talk about.
Yeah, especially on the first couple of races where you have to focus more on the tricks. It's a lot that we have to explain here.
Yeah. Yeah, so, and I mean... okay, Spice bouncing the one in, slashing that other one. I think Nitroz's setup is a little bit faster, and you can diagonally walk through that little area where the pits are like that. It's kind of important in categories that are rando to know how to do that, to do checks early. We have a rando for this game. It is the most degenerate rando in the franchise.
2 randos, even.
Oh, that's true. We do have 2 randos, and the Key Sanity one is the worst.
No, it's amazing. Alright, anyway, we have the Rock's Feather now, and yeah, we're gonna just pretty much get the boss key and skip everything else.
Yeah, so clipping in a wall is the most broken thing in the world, because you can do a jump, and then you can kind of, because it does a bunch of animation stuff, you kind of trick the game as to where you are, so it's like, oh, you're over this ledge. And then by holding things in the right direction, you can just sort of
yeah, it's like
do
you can
ledge
use
jump.
the bow or the sword or fire rod, or magic rod, I mean, to face away from the wall, and then the game just thinks you're on a ledge.
Yeah, and there's naked super jumps where you don't have anything equipped. Those are important in one spot, unless both of them are a baby, and go for the P-Hat Clank, which is possible.
No, I doubt it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is more consistent. You can just get ruined by that trick, but more to talk about that. Very clean Moldorm kills from both of them. Moldorm is unjokingly one of the hardest bosses in the game.
It's literally the hardest boss in this run. Not even kidding.
Yeah, you have, the appropriate amount of hearts, items, and if you mess up, you can get bonked into a pit and lose just forever. But yeah, so that's Dungeon 1 down, and now we get to go make the game terrible. By saving a dog.
An evil dog, really.
Yeah. It's everybody's favorite Mario character. Chain Chomp.
Yep.
But, so we have these children up here. They're gonna talk at us, but if we play on the Japanese version, we can press B to tell them to respect their elders, and they be quiet. We just move on.
Yeah, I think in the US version it's like 10 text boxes or something.
It's even in like the LA difference. You just if you push B in Japanese, they just stop. And like that's true of like other text boxes that we never see either. It's just weird. And so this is impossible.
Here we're gonna get our first heart piece. We might see 2 different strats here because it's possible to bomb trigger this heart piece as well. But Spice is going for the super jump, and so is Nitroz.
Yeah, I think because they both missed that one bomb, I think that maybe they're gonna get enough bombs later anyway, but maybe they wanted to be a little bit safer, or maybe they're just not sure if it saves time because you have to do
the
two
bomb
menus.
route is really tight until we get the capacity upgrade.
Yeah, which is soon, but unless they do it like probably like a marvelous thing. Oh, and so Hundo, we gotta get all these heart pieces. We gotta get all these pictures. Let's see if anybody memes and wastes like 20 seconds getting the stupid picture.
No meme for Spice.
Oh no. Well, he said he would only do it against Matt, which is important.
Yeah, so basically, if you keep saying no to him, he's just gonna push you onto the space there, and he just knocks you out.
Yeah. So we have 12 of those. Okay, so you can skip so many text boxes in Link's Awakening. Not sure because we don't ever see anything in the original game. This game has been remade twice. This is one version, and the other one came out in 2019, and that's a very different run.
Different.
And the Hundo category for that is so unbelievably long.
Purple.
Thanks, Dampe. And so, Moblin King, Spice getting very good setup. And he can shoot between 2 and 4 arrows, I believe, before doing his charge?
Yeah, 2 to 4.
Yeah. And then you can get a Spin Slash, and at most 3 slashes after that. He has 8 health, so Spin Slash does 2, regular Sword Slash does 1. So Spice having the very good pattern saving quit there to save some time. And so, text boxes in this game are a little broken. They like to kind of push you into things, because they're like, oh, you have to be lined up. So, you can just get a text box saying you can't pick up rocks. And, okay, nobody lost a bunch of time to Bow Wow.
Yep, Bow Wow can literally just sit here forever and not eat a flower.
My first run of this category, Bow Wow wasted a minute and a half for me. People were there, it was an experience. So here's Dungeon 2. This is definitely one of the more legitimate dungeons that we do. There's not a lot of, everything's kind of in a straight line, so
yeah, pretty much.
no real super jumps or anything.
Unless they die.
yeah, that's true. But I don't think they'll die.
I hope not.
The only way they would die is a really embarrassing death on the genie, which I would forfeit. I would just quit. It's over. Oh man, that jump that Spice just did, that's actually really tight. And so the arrows are broken. If you saw Rolling Bones die, there's Hinox. He also just 2 arrows,
Yeah,
8
the game
damage.
doesn't really require you to have the bow until like D8.
I think Dungeon 6 is where it's just like, hey, you should have the bow because of like the entrance to Dungeon 6. One of his weaknesses, other than doing certain things, is oh, this is cool. So yeah. So that room, if you put powder in the lanterns, you scare the ghosts away, and like you can slash with your sword. But if they just leave the screen, it's coded to just say, oh, the room is done. But if you just
Nitroz.
shove them off the screen, then that also works. So neat trick with the arrows. There's another setup with sword where they just kind of get weirded out by your position and walk off the screen, but it's slower than the arrow strat. Oh, I haven't seen that slash onto the Salphos, but this room can just bully you for no reason. Doesn't look like Spice is getting bullied too hard.
So Nitroz just wasted 2 arrows, which is going to be slightly problematic because most people's arrow routes, until we get the arrow upgrade, have at most 1 arrow to spare.
Yeah, he can skip.
Yeah, he's gonna have to fight Anglerfish with sword, probably.
I think he can still do Anglerfish. Oh, so this is cool strat that Green Tunic, I remember kind of popularizing that. It saves a quarter of a second.
Yeah, because the game doesn't actually check if you're holding that pot, it just checks if you're holding something, so we can just hold up a bomb.
I really like that trick. It's just like so silly. So here's the genie. You can't break his bottle, or but unfortunately, bottles have a weakness. Have you ever tried to smash like something on the ground? Right? It might be a little hard, but if you smash it into like the corner of a wall, it works better. And Nintendo thought about this, and they coded it right into the game.
You think the way it works is because it gets hit on every single pixel of the wall, or something?
Yeah, it basically he just keeps getting hit in the wall, and then a bomb and a bomb arrow just demolishes him. But yeah, it's a fun little joke that Nintendo just corners break. It's better for breaking things. But yeah, it just he gets stuck there and he can't get out.
Yep.
But that's a pretty nice fight to do optimally, because you can, you hold your sword out, then you hold down the power bracelet so you can pick it up the instant. Oh, and so wall clipping. Those flowers don't have hitboxes all the way up, so you can just clip into the wall and leave. And so this heart piece, you save, what is it, 4 frames? I think if you get it from the top, because you shift down a little bit.
Ooh, Nitroz with the swag rock right there. Very nice. Yeah, upright corner tiles in this forest are coded incorrectly, so they're actually rocks for whatever reason.
I think he did that just because you showed him that in one run, and he was like,
I think
so.
he knew that. I don't know.
Yeah. So here's the Mad Batter. Always pick option 2.
This is what we call powder skip. If you fail powder skip, well, then you have a problem. Spice doing it too.
I feel like he's listening to the commentary and then did it
for sure.
because he didn't. Because that wasted time. Oh, if he does it again, then I'll know.
He will. He totally will. Oh, he didn't. That's sad.
What a. Oh, just gonna DQ him right here. But so there's a little bit of routing between here and Dungeon 3. There's a lot of stuff we kind of have to do. This isn't the longest overworld segment in the run. Both of them getting the... Man, we have a synced race now.
Yeah, this is really synced.
Are we sure it's not the same stream? I'm legitimately... I mean, the bow was... Okay, it's different. That was creepy. That was really creepy for the longest time.
Alright, so I think it's like a second or so faster to blow up this wall now, rather than when we actually enter it.
Yeah, and there's the arrow saved by Nitroz. He elected not to bomb arrow that. Spice not remembering how to menu.
He saved both of his arrows.
Yeah, but we have a little bit of stuff here, so we gotta go pick up a picture that is unavailable after Dungeon 3, or really just even getting the key to Dungeon 3. So we gotta do this. We gotta take our ritual picture.
A dick pic right here.
Right, we can say that on this one. Yeah, just snap a quick one. Everyone loves it. You know, you're hanging out with this great music, by the way. I still have to play For Whom the Frog Bell Tolls. Heard it's very good, and it's the same composer. But so sections in this game, 2D sections in particular, have a very specific set of coding. When you enter them, you don't set your save and quit point. So we go here to get the 5th every 10 or every 5 and then 10 seashells you have to get an extra one. So we go there, grab that, and save and quit.
But only if you have exactly 5 or 10.
Yeah.
If they have one extra or one too few, they're not gonna get it.
Yeah, and there are 23 seashells in the overworld, and the extra 2, I think there's 25 total in the game. So you can skip them. We need 20 of them. Because they kind of they all turn into rupees if you don't pick them up. But
so
this is the leaf.
What they did there, they jumped onto that pit, and then they started pause buffering until they heard Link fall, which actually puts you a bit more down onto the menu tiles, and that then allows them to transition down, which skips the entirety of the trade sequence.
The menu is not out of bounds, we promise. And if you're wondering, well, why are we skipping the trade sequence in Hundo, it's because this game has part of the trade sequence that it's just like, hey, yeah, we're only checking to see if you got here, because, you know, if you didn't get here, like, if you got here, then you clearly must have the previous item. So they just, we just get that item later.
Pretty much the reason we don't do the trade sequence is because we don't want to.
And so here's another cool thing with start buffers, is Jesus jumping. By buffering, and Spice getting 2 frames, we can just sort of jump on water by mashing that start button. And...
Ooh, Nitroz gets a double 1 buffer.
Oof, that's so good. And I think it's frame perfect if you can just save and quit and then immediately jump out of that, but saving and quit quitting lets you jump out of the water and not get stuck there, so it's very good. And so here's Dungeon 3. Dungeon 3 has a lot of enemies in it, to the point where there's something in this game called Piece of Power and Guardian Acorn, and there's a counter for it. It's like 30 enemies for any parts that we're going to be getting it, which is here. But the more important part is if you save and quit, that resets to 0. So normally we don't pay attention to that too much, but in Dungeon 3 there are so many in the way enemies, and it saves just the right amount of time that you can just kind of grab it. And so there's 2 Guardian Acorns. Acorns drop on 10 kills without taking damage. Piece of Power is killing enemies.
But yeah, that's pretty much the only place in the run where we go a long enough stretch without saving and quitting that it's possible to get it.
Yeah, and it saves so much time in this dungeon too.
Alright, this is Dong Skip. It's probably the hardest super jump in the game.
I would argue that Goomba surfing is, but that's only because it's not up to you.
Is just a normal super jump. But yeah, basically what they do here is they have their sword charged and they super jump and they let it go in midair, which clinks them off of the dongos and then shoots them across the wall.
Yeah, so we're gonna see. I didn't see if Nitroz did the same, did the regular strat for that room that Spice is doing. And so you have to do it twice, and if you mess up, you can soft lock, and that's really bad.
Yep, you have to save and quit.
Yeah, and you absolutely do not want to do that. And so another flock clip, text box.
Oh, Spice.
They both mess up that super.
This is not going well.
It's well enough. But it skips. That I always have that problem. So here's Slime Eye.
Easy boss.
Yeah, with Piece of Power you have to be a little careful because he does have some iframes, but he takes no, he just dies instantly while you have Piece of Power. It's a very simple fight, and basically should kind of always look the same. If you don't have it, there's a lot of cool like backup strats with jumping spin slashes that you can do that make it pretty fast and really cool looking.
Oh, Spice. Yeah, this is what happens sometimes. He just won't split up, and then he starts to merge again.
Yeah, he has some specific iframes. That's just kind of there. Spice saying in chat, Matt, no one reads notes. You don't need notes. You can just do it all off of commentary memory. So not going for the bomb trigger on this owl. It's never worth it.
I mean, it's definitely not worth it in this category because we don't have bombs equipped.
That's also true. Shoutouts to No Squoob, the hardest category.
No, Fish the Pond is the hardest.
Fish the Pond is the hardest because it's super optimized.
Well, rather, not fishing the pond is the hardest thing in this run.
That's true. We have to be very bad at fishing.
How many arrows is Nitroz trying to save?
I think he's really concerned about his arrow count.
I only saw him waste 2 of them.
I think he has 9 right now, which is more than enough. Because you need 2 for anglerfish, and you need...
I don't know, we'll see. So, here Nitroz is doing a bit of a cutscene skip where you open the save and quit menu twice, and then save and quit, and that just allows us to pick up the honeycomb without watching the B cutscene.
Yeah, it saves some time.
If you're feeling spicy, you can try getting it framed perfectly.
There's no reason to do that.
Oh, Spice! He went for it.
Okay, I really wish we could switch to Spice's audio right now, because this is excellent, and also the bees chasing Terran is very important. Yeah. And it's very nice that we can get this honeycomb without having the stick in advance, just because of, otherwise we'd have to, go talk to a crocodile about some dog food, and it's just a lot of effort. But we need the honeycomb to get the pineapple, to show Marin that we have a lot of wealth, and then she'll go on a date with us, because, yeah.
Actually, my theory is that Link tells her he's gonna make a pizza with it.
Why would she date him after that?
I don't know, maybe she's a degenerate.
She does like to get stranded on bridges for no reason, so
She's
maybe
part
that
of the
makes
dream,
sense.
man. Yo, nice swag from Spice.
There's a lot of stupid things you can do out of cutscenes in this game. We'll be seeing one of them that I'm gonna be shocked if neither of them do it later once we go up to the mountains.
Oh yeah.
So here's a bear. Let's see if he goes to skip this. No. So if you do it like that, it saves 0.04 seconds or something like that.
14 frames, I think.
It's not really worth it.
Yeah, the thing is, you can try to get that frame perfectly where you only use one save and quit menu, and then it saves 2 seconds. And Nitroz probably went for that, but didn't get it.
Yeah.
And Spice didn't get it either.
I don't even think he bothered.
Alright, now Nitroz is coming up on the most cursed super jump in the entire run. It's literally impossible. Let's see if he gets it.
It's so
First
easy.
try. It's cursed, man.
Yeah, apparently only if you're good at this game. No, that's all of my super jumping skills come from the fact that in rando that makes that check really easy. You gotta know all of the dumb strats for that. So here we're gonna fish the pond. We're gonna see if they can do it right. So we throw the fish out, and then this one guy is kind of the worst. So we just get him to grab on right away and leave, because trying to dodge him wastes way more time than just letting him leave the screen.
See if any of them fish the pond. Alright, Nitroz
Yeah,
got it. Also,
okay,
Ricky, the way super jumps work, it's basically you clip into the wall, which makes the game think you're actually like on a ledge on that wall, and then if you jump and like kind of face away from the wall, it thinks you're jumping off the ledge.
Yeah, so there's a lot of RNG in this game. In general, including these cutscenes. Every cutscene you will see will have some RNG element. Bow Wow's movements here are RNG. It can clank before you even move.
I've also genuinely never seen the fast RNG for this cutscene. People say it exists, but I doubt it.
I've gotten it once. But it was Cravone's ROM hack, so, you know, it doesn't really count. But yeah, this is by far the longest overworld traversal section
I think
in the
it's
game.
like 15 minutes or something
It's really long.
between dungeons.
Because we have to go on a date, we're collecting a lot of pictures. Well, I guess there's one part that could be longer, but it only depends on how bad tricks go for them. It should be okay, you know.
Are you sure?
Well, they didn't decide to do a run without knowing that trick and still doing that trick, so they didn't lose 23 minutes on that section. It's like, I'll just learn it in the middle of the run. How hard can it be? The trick sucks.
Also, epic nut touch from Nitroz.
Oh yeah, you gotta... So, these seagulls, bless them.
Don't you dare. We used to be able to do a nut grab. Oh, Spice is going for the nut
Spice
grab
is going
right
for
here. It used to be faster to have bracelet equipped here. It's not anymore, but it gets you 1,000,000 swag points. Nut grab, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Man, nobody wants to talk about anything going on in this cutscene anymore.
No,
There's
nothing
so much
happened in
tech.
this cutscene. Nope.
Yeah,
Definitely.
nothing.
Also, Marin is gonna just completely squash Link here. He's gonna literally die.
Yeah, they have to not hold directions as they fall down there. Also, that's a great picture that most people have never seen, because they just do this category, and that's one of the few that, like, it doesn't show you the picture afterwards.
Yeah. Maybe we'll see it in this race. Who knows?
So, I asked Spice to make this, to make a ROM hack with just this one change, but Link looks like a frog here, and I just want a ROM of this where Link's face is green on this screen, because it's just so terrible.
God. I don't even want to imagine that.
It would look amazing.
God. Do we have people's emotes here? I don't think we do. Nah. No Link face.
Yeah, so here's the weathercock, and Terran's gonna ruin our date now.
Yeah, Mario is gonna cock block Link.
Oh,
Basically.
yeah.
Oh, we should have emotes?
It's
I mean,
a
like
him.
the runner's
Terran.
emotes. Let's see.
Nintendo being very original, they had to differentiate them between
Oh, we do.
Malin and... Well, I guess Malin and Talon weren't out yet when this game happened. So it's Marin and Terran, and then they just become Malin and Talon.
Yep.
And Luigi becomes a psychopath, which, you know...
He's always been a psychopath, though. Alright, so
Yeah,
next
but
here,
yeah.
coming up on Walrus Skip, which is only marginally faster in this run, because normally you have to talk to him with Marin, but it's still slightly faster to bomb trigger it.
So he missed it, so I believe, and this is something that Vlak does, he's really good at this category. I don't believe he's in this turn. If he is, then...
No, he's not.
That's,
He's not
okay.
running this game right now.
Yeah, but so, it's a little bit faster to path up to the top and then do it, because you have to kind of go up there anyway and get a, heart container, or piece of heart.
Yeah.
But the bomb trigger is faster, because, the cutscene ends when Marin leaves the screen,
Yeah,
and you're allowed to move
skip
again.
A couple text boxes.
Yeah, so you skip walking all the way up there, and, Marin does that, our date is over,
Pretty
she
amusing
walked
though
all over
when
the
if
floor.
you trigger him from the top, she just walks across the trees.
Yeah, she doesn't care about anything.
No, she does not.
I think the better one is if you rescue her, which we're not gonna do later in the game, in reverse, she just walks across bridges, and then Link is just standing there for like 10 seconds, wondering why he had to save a woman who can walk across the sky.
Yeah.
But you know, only Spice will decide whether or not he wants to lose 45 seconds to that cutscene.
We're fighting a ghost here. Oh, Nitroz got the text. That's sad.
And there's some text telling you that this is an hourglass, and if you just kind of fill it with other stuff, it throws things out.
Yeah. If you do that optimally, you can kill it before you get the text, which also doesn't give you music. Oh, Nitroz. Well, there goes his menu, I guess.
Yeah. Oh no, he spent so long fixing that menu.
Menu routing is actually a pretty integral part of this game, because the items switch around places constantly, contrary to Link to the Past, for example. So it's really important to know where your items are and like what your next equip is going to be.
And most importantly, the ocarina ruins all menus, so you really want to keep that in the right place.
Yeah, I always just banish it to the bottom left as soon as I get it.
Yeah, I've started doing that, because normally I don't, I'm just kind of used to like, okay, where are all of my items, I know where to go and how to menu to it, but ocarina can just lose
the thing about the ocarina is that it brings up a sub-menu that takes forever to go away, and can only be removed by pressing up or down and not left or right.
I've had runs where I'm like pushing left down, right just to get past it, and it's just like, wait a minute, I should just move it. That'll be faster.
Yeah.
So here's a cutscene. Make sure to mash A. We're gonna listen to this nice song. I'm gonna step away for 10 seconds.
Second best song. We will get to hear the best song in like 10 minutes. So now we're almost ready to get to D4.
Okay, looks like everybody mashed A. I'm back now.
Welcome back.
If you mash B, You had to do that cutscene again.
Also, Nitroz with the French bonks.
Oh, they're so good. I love
amazing.
boots bonk strats.
I think they saved like a second or something. So now let's see. So now they're going to just enter a cave here to set their save and quit point,
Yeah,
and then we're
Spice
going
is
to open D4.
Yeah, Spice is trying to do the French bonks. He fell into a hole twice. It's definitely not faster, but
No, that's faster for sure.
menuing is pretty slow. Not when you fall into the hole twice.
No, it's faster if you fall 10 times. Trust me, I'm
Okay.
faster.
But are you French?
Oui. Croissant.
Yeah, just shoutouts to Scott Falco, who did a video about a stupid Breath of the Wild speedrun and said he put himself behind immediately by not being French. And I'm just like, damn. The French are very good at this game for some reason. I don't know why.
I don't
They're
know
just
why.
better than us.
Alright, so Nitroz is going to try something called obstacle skip, where you have to be just high enough to jump over that obstacle. It saves like a quarter of a second. You
Yeah,
got it.
if you miss it, you lose a second.
Yeah, pretty much. If you fall.
Yeah,
in.
it's like you can choose not to go for it. Oh, missing.
Oh,
He's
Nitroz
going for
going for a swim.
Okay, yeah, two buffers. He's been really on point with those Jesus jumps. The start menu
know.
buffers a single frame.
For some reason, I feel like that Jesus jump is always way easier. And
Yeah,
I
that
usually
one I
get that
find-
within like 1 or 2 buffers.
Yeah.
Also, very important trick coming up here, called
Awesome.
butt sword. No explanation needed.
Maybe he won't go for butt sword. Maybe he'll go for murder. Nope.
Oh, extended
he
butt
got it.
sword. Even
He
better.
threw his sword on the ground.
It's like a throwing knife. It's not really a butt
Needed.
sword anymore.
Doesn't need. He throws it on the ground and punches the mouse in the face.
Oh, Spice is getting it. There you go.
Spice didn't go for glowing butt sword though. I thought he
Alright,
was
so
going to.
Nitroz is coming up on one of the hardest tricks in the run, called early rooster skip. We used to do a different kind of rooster skip, but now we do this with a billion pause buffers. And it's basically the same mechanic as Villa skip, which we saw before, where he's just going to pause until he hears the falling sound, and he needs another couple buffers because he wasn't low enough. That was Spice.
So, it saves 15 seconds, I believe, if you get it in like one
on
buffer
average,
or whatever. And Spice. And actually, by doing it in the way that we do it, we have a save and quit, so we can just hard reset instead.
Yeah. After they get in position, they use the shovel to buffer a dash, so they dash in place and then they can just jump across the pit. Spice, what are you doing? Just
Spice
typing.
was being mad at Twitch chat. No, Spice, they weren't talking about you falling into a hole. They were talking about something else.
Let's see if Spice gets it this time.
Yeah, or he'll waste 4 minutes and oh no, he gets it.
Oh,
and
he's
yeah,
pretty
so
far right though. Oh no!
Oh.
No! Spice.
He's trying to
Amazing.
figure out what to do. Just reset. I think he would have made it if he just held left the second he landed. When you do that one jump, you just want to hold down the entire time.
No, yeah, until you land, because the
Yeah.
thing Spice did there is he held down for too long, which made him unable to get across. Also,
Yeah,
Necro is
man.
having some trouble here.
Yeah, the Zols and the Helmasaurs are really bullying him. And,
Yo, nice chest turn.
chest turns. They don't do anything other than be cool
Save
and
a
frame
frame.
perfect.
And this is actually one of the shortest dungeons, I think. Also, this is a pretty hard super jump that he's gonna do here. So he's gonna clink off the P-hat twice. That was really smooth.
I think that's the hardest super jump in the entire game.
Yeah, it very well might be, honestly.
Mainly because it's 2 super jumps, and the first one, you have to do it all very quickly.
Yeah.
So here's the thing called a
Alternatively,
dive.
you could just get rid of the pots and clip into the wall, but that's slower. Spice.
Oh man, he got the perfect anglerfish fight. He skipped the text when he did the thing, he got the dive. That was a really, really good hardest boss in the game by
And you didn't
Nitroz.
even have to hook shot down.
Didn't even have enough time to. Didn't even have enough time to talk about Ramon. It's a great clip if anyone can go find it.
Spice is suffering.
Spice might try to hookshot it. He's got to reset. He's not lined up. This is why the mushroom is faster in
Spice,
every
what are you
category
doing?
except
Just
this one.
reset.
No,
Oh,
he's gonna go.
doing
He's
it.
doing it later.
Yeah.
I even asked him because he said he had early rooster skip down, and I'm just like, is it down by not doing it?
Also, all rise for the national anthem.
No, this is the worst song in the entire
No.
game.
This is the best song.
The Frog Song of the Soul is so much better. You would hope, mighty.
Oh. Alright, so now they're gonna hopefully not forget the cave heart piece here. Like Spice has been known to do.
Yeah, well, someone will just we'll mention it if we just talk about it in advance because he's behind. He'll remember to do it.
Yeah, he's probably listening to the restream.
I mean, he definitely is. He's been talking about what we've been saying.
Let's see if Spice gets the super jump.
Yeah, that's the one that he definitely knows how to do. That I need to learn that a little bit. I used to be able to do it when we actually all played the rando, just because that lets you do that check without bracelet or flippers.
Spice.
You learn a lot of stupid tricks in this game because the rando is.
Also, in this category, we actually have to return the ghost, whereas in other categories we can get the level 2 bracelet before clearing D4, which actually makes the ghost never spawn. But he gives us a picture, so we have to do it.
Yeah. So we're gonna see. So there's a trick coming up here that's gonna skip a whole bunch more of the trade sequence rather than, you know, going to Paul, giving him a pineapple, going to the goat, getting goat mode. And that was a nice bomb trigger by Nitroz. So we can just bomb trigger this cutscene. And that just gives us the bra. So you get to do a bunch of things. You get the goat, you get the letter.
You get a lot. Okay, so Nitroz is gonna try to do something similar to the beehive cutscene that we did before, except this time we don't have a good visual cue. So he's gonna have to like kind of eyeball it and time it. I think this is still faster if you get it within like 7 buffers.
Yeah, because it saves 14 seconds if you get it first try.
That's not good. 6 buffer.
It's still a couple seconds faster. And so here's Zora Bump.
Yeah,
the
this
bottom
is a really
one
hard
and
trick.
the middle one are easy, and he gets that one. That one's a pretty nice one. So you just kind of jump off of this, and he's gonna do some buffers because it makes it a little bit easier. He's gonna slash his sword to the right, and I don't think he'll make that. He might make that.
Yeah, adjust. He'll be fine.
Yeah, okay, yeah, he adjusted by a pixel. Yeah, okay, yeah.
There he goes. Yeah, he's good.
No, if he did it from where he wasn't gonna make it. He just had to move 2 pixels to the left, and then he can kind of get out of things sometimes with boots.
So yeah, that trick allows us to do another trick, which is really dumb, which we're gonna see later, called early hookshot. But for now, we have the magnifying lens, so we can go get the boomerang early.
And early hookshot saves a ton of time in Dungeon 5. So it takes like 30 seconds to go out of your way to do that trick, but it saves. I think it was 2 minutes total.
I think like
if you get everything perfectly, and so you save 1.5 minutes. I'm just saying what Saga said, and you know,
don't trust
everybody believes him. Candle at 7 seconds slower. I'm Sagas. I have world record. Oh, Spice is wasting all of his bombs. Oh, he gets it there. I hate the mashing bomb triggers. And, so that picture that Nitroz just got, that's an interesting picture. If they open their menu at any point on that screen, it's over. Because they lose the picture. It doesn't give it to them.
I think it's just if you open it, like, while the picture is on the screen.
I
But
heard
yeah,
it was
people
if
have
you
done that before.
if you menu at all during that, you just lose the picture.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Yeah.
Spice didn't get the mermaid's cutscene skip, or he just didn't go for it,
He
which
may
is
have
not
tried to
much
do-
slower. Oh, and then he
Yeah.
saves and quits, which is actually slower, because if you don't get it, it's faster to get the fisherman picture first.
Yeah, you go down, you get the picture, and because you can jump back up, then it's fine. And he gets the worst Sora spawn because I have no idea. Yeah, he
gonna
just jumps
skip
it. I literally don't know how to do that one. I tried to follow
You
your
just have
guide
to-
and everything.
You just have to time it, really. Eyeball it. Oh, and he's going for buffered as well, which is a safe call coming from him.
The safest call is to just, you know, what is it? 4 map buffers and 16 regular things, and you'll make it there. It still saves time. It still saves 30 seconds if you do it like that, which is how stupid this trick is. Well, you know, you can end up losing time if you really mess up the trick that is done because we have the boomerang early. I really hope Nitroz does some zoomerangs randomly.
Just for no reason.
Yeah, I mean, they're cool. I don't know how to do it. People just tell me to. Oh, and gets the ghost text.
Yeah, sometimes
it's
it goes
RNG
for no reason at all.
It's not even the worst RNG in this game.
There's far worse RNG.
Named horse heads. Or Goomba. I think they're both 25%. Yeah. Rupees are... Yeah, rupees can be bad.
Alright, so now we're gonna do powder skip again. This time we're getting the arrow upgrade.
Yeah, you just have to say no, or well, wait.
Spice, where are you going? It's going around the bottom.
Gravone shows up and just to complain about horse heads.
Gravone is the horse head world record holder.
World record holder for horse heads.
With like 33 attempts or something.
34.
Jesus.
It's insane. And for context, it's a 25% chance you get horse heads on a given try. So we use Mambo's Mambo to warp out of there. It takes us very conveniently right next to the graveyard. Or we gotta take this ghost, get a picture, and not get RNG text boxes anymore. It's still kind of anybody's race, I'd say, because there's...
Yeah.
Well, Spice still has regular Rooster Skip, which... That one's worse, because you lose 30 seconds every time you fail it.
Well, honestly, I think at this point, Nitroz is gonna have to really mess up to still lose.
Yeah, in order for him to lose, I believe it would be getting the key instead of the hook shot.
Yeah, pretty much. And even then, it might still be close.
Yeah.
So yeah, now we're gonna go to the color dungeon. Which is actually not an easy dungeon, to be honest. Well, no, I take that back. There's just one room that's horrible.
Yeah, it's I mean, there's the boomerang strats for it. I mean, there's other ways you can mess
just make it worse, honestly. But it's faster.
So you gotta do the important things. You gotta talk to them, and you gotta press
tell them
B
the color
for blue
they are.
and A for red. Now, if you're playing this on a Game Boy, it's just like, you don't understand color. Get out of here.
Go away. So there's an interesting thing about these rupees here is that they're only stored in save RAM or something like that.
They're stored in vault memory as to where they are.
Yeah, so basically, we're gonna get them now, and then once we hard reset the game later, they're gonna respawn, and then we're just gonna get them again.
Yeah, it's one of the oddities of this game being a port from Game Boy to Game Boy Color. The Game Boy Color was actually a significantly more powerful system than the Game Boy. And there's normally you have Overworld and then Underworlds 1 and 2. This is its own separate 32 by 32 map because they just have the space. and so they just literally like just put this adjacent to the other code. Like it's completely separated
Yeah.
from everything else. And so here is the blob. You can't move him, but you can drop powder on him.
Goodbye. So this is where we're gonna do a heart reset. Gonna just, because we're gonna save and quit after this chest anyway, so that's the point where we heart reset.
Mighty talking about why he doesn't prevent the horse heads from being, and it's because we're playing a game that's in color instead of black and white.
Exactly.
Mighty
It doesn't have to be
runs-
black and white though.
Oh, that's
You can
true.
use
You can
inverted
make
colors.
you can make it terrible. Mighty runs. Oh god, he
Oh,
almost.
Nitroz.
Oh my god!
Don't you dare!
I was. He was even warning people to look at it, and
Yeah.
then said earlier, no, that takes
Well, I mean,
a
he did look
quarter
at
of a
it.
frame.
He did look at it, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, no, but he was joking in the chat earlier,
Yeah.
saying it weighs a quarter of a frame to use your eyeballs to look at that number, so it's slow. But yeah, Mighty runs the black and white version of this game. Doesn't have the color dungeon, and it's also going to be on GDQ on the 19th. You should watch that run. It'll be pretty cool.
You must. Alright,
I'm gonna be
worst,
talking
worst
about
room in the game, objectively. This is the bingo room. I think you
Oh.
can tell why.
I don't know why it's called bingo.
I don't know either.
Like, who named it bingo room?
He
There
does
isn't
it.
even like an essence of bingo to it. It's just maybe it's
Yeah.
because it's complete. It was complete luck feeling. There is a trick where you can get two of them in the same hole at once, but it's garbage and like there's
Yep.
no consistent way. And if you mess it up, like you lose time, so no one goes for it.
Well, it's just something that happens by accident, to be honest.
Yeah. Spice boomeranging that fairy. Good color dungeon boss by Nitroz. That boss can be silly. It can like sometimes drop Stalfos into your face and just block block your arrows.
So yeah, I would like to point out it was P-Duck that called it the bingo room.
Okay. Oh, there's a boomerang from
boomerang
Spice.
Hell yeah.
So there's some inputs you can do with the boots and boomerang, and you just go zoom. So
You zoom, you know?
you just zoom, harangue. And it's faster in like one area of the game, but if you can randomly do it, it's cool.
Yep. Well, I
But
think
usually
it
it's-
might also be faster in that room, maybe.
Yeah, it's if you don't have to menu to do it, then it's faster. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
you don't have the menu, so...
Yeah. So here's signpost maze. Hopefully no shenanigans
Oh.
happen here.
Yep. The thing about this is if you double read a sign by accident, you have to start over from the very beginning.
Yeah, and if a monster like bumps you into a sign and you're holding like a button, you're gonna read that sign again.
Yep. It
Oh,
happens.
is he gonna? Okay.
Hey,
he's
it's
there.
fine.
But you know, conveniently, this game had arrows in its character set, and those aren't in Japanese. So if you forget, you can actually just read the signs because it's the first character.
Also, we didn't touch on it before, but Blue Tunic is faster in the current route because we're gonna get level 2 bracelet and level 2 sword really quickly after Color Dungeon, and they pretty much completely override everything that Red Tunic does. But the one thing that makes Red Tunic slower is it gives the D5 boss iframes, which makes it slower as well as way harder.
Yeah, I believe when they timed it out, it was if you want to save half a second, all you have
Yeah.
to do is be frame perfect with Red Tunic, which means the Blue Tunic is faster.
Yeah, I think the only thing that Red Tunic saves time with in this category right now is like 10 rocks or something.
Armos.
Armos? How does it save time on Armos?
I think it doesn't it do more damage on Armos than you'd
I
have
don't think
before.
so.
It saves
might.
time on something. I thought it was the Armos fight. If you do that right, it takes less hits with your sword.
Also, please don't listen to this abomination. Turn off
That
your
was the
sound.
greatest song in the game. It speaks
It's a collection
to
of
your soul.
noises.
Ba-bum-bum-bum-ba-bum,
It's pretty good in the remake, though.
the
Gotta
remake.
give it
It's
that.
banger.
Also, fun fact: the German version calls this the frog rap. So do with that what you will.
Yeah, shoutouts to the great King Wart. After being thrown out of Subcon, he starts a rap career in another fake island. It's just... Oh.
Also,
When can
this
the
is one
Mario
of the
RPGs
two.
use Wart?
This is one of the two most impossible to find heart pieces in the game.
I don't know
You
how they
gotta swim
expect
all
you
the
to
way
do it.
through the moat and then just dive at
Yeah.
a random spot.
This is by far the longest stretch of there's nothing to talk about in the game is this,
Yep.
because, you know, all they do is press A every 44 frames to swim the fastest. But they're not doing that, they're really just kind of rhythmically tapping it, and you just hear for forever, and it's kind of when you have to do it. And there we go. We save and quit and go right back to the warp.
He did it.
Yeah, it's really convenient in the current route because we only take the D4 warp once, so you know when you get there, you're like, oh, I gotta go get this.
In previous routes where we had to go to that warp multiple times, that was easy to forget.
Yeah, I mean, you would remember it like the other time that you were there.
Yeah, I feel like in the current route it's easy to forget because there's just this split, like, oh, D4 warp, go there, and then you remember to do the D4 warp, so you also easily remember this picture. Which is also very easy to forget, by the way.
It's a pretty important picture. It shows the ghost of the mouse who was murdered in the swimming incident earlier. That's why he's white. Well, I guess we didn't say, you gotta get the 300 rupees, do that whole, like, save RAM rupee stuff, because we need 300 rupees to pay the Great King Wart, as Spice's capture for this is just all sorts of whatever. If you want to see the greatest capture of...
Picture check from Nitroz. Though I didn't actually see it, but I'm sure he's fine.
I'm pretty sure he's 12. If he has 11 there, he's kind of screwed.
If he has 11, we probably would have noticed.
Also
getting the last seashell right here.
Yeah. Let's see if he gets the cool strat. Oh, he misses it.
I still don't know how to do that.
You just kind of get into them and you push the shield out and you just kind of bonk up and down. Oh yeah, fun fact, you can figure out what Armos are real or not by bonking, and they shake, but nothing else does.
Yeah, and the original version, they even have a different color palette. It's amazing.
Yeah, just like, you know, 70s Scooby-Doo. You can tell what they're about to push because it's a different color than the rest of the background.
If we see some French strats here. Ah, we do not.
He's
oh,
going
that's a
for
pretty
the...
cool strat still.
Yeah, he's going for the safe setup with the boots and some swag. I like, even though, what is it? Is it arrows are faster now? I don't actually know
it's like faster by like 0.8.
Oh my god. Boot strats are so much cooler though.
Yeah.
Oh, and he misses
they just feel better, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's because it's what we know, probably.
Yeah.
Nitroz having a little bit of a hard time getting out of Armos maze. Missed a couple clips through the walls. They're another thing that don't really have like a hitbox on the top of them, so you can just walk right past them.
Oh god. Nitroz, please.
Pretty slick. Alright, so we're entering D6. This is a very very short dungeon with a boss that is super philosophical, but nobody talks to him because he's stupid.
I hate his
And in all speedruns he's involved in, he's basically the majority of the fight is skipped.
Yep.
In the Oracle's games, in the original version of this, I'm pretty sure they just jump into the boss room in the remake. They don't even see him. They just jump into
falling into the Zorlax pit.
Yeah.
Very important mention.
Named for Zorlax 7, who just couldn't do that jump.
Yep.
Let's see if Spice gets the swag. No, but he didn't lose as much time, but he's still lost too much time already. So Dungeon 6 has got some really cozy music to it. There's plenty of places to get hearts if you're like super low because you were doing stupid things. And oh, he goes for the bomb arrow there. It's a bit older. I think a lot of people shifted over to doing boomerang in that room.
I don't think it really matters, to be honest.
Probably not. We have enough bombs and arrows forever.
So he's equipping Feather here?
Yeah, I'm curious about it because that room is really easy. If you just hold up left after you get low enough, you just win.
And I guess he didn't waste the menu. No, he didn't.
No, yeah, I
He
guess
dropped the
not.
bomb.
Amazing.
Alright, let's see if he gets the bomb trigger on this tile room here. Ah, he didn't. Yeah, that saves like a second or two. If you get the bomb trigger going into this room, then it starts the tiles immediately. Alright, so we're gonna kill all 4 of these Wizrobes with, hopefully, 1 bomb. By putting the bomb on that specific spot and then pushing the top one right there.
Yeah, that's another room that becomes impossible when you have the red tunic.
Yep.
Because you have the piece of power knockback effect that we don't really get to see in this run at all. And it makes that room very difficult. You have to time it. You get used to it, but it's obnoxious to have to deal with. And also,
Yeah, it's not that bad, but it's a lot harder.
Let's see how he gets out of here. There's some okay. He's going for a shack jump here, which against certain blocks, you can just kind of clip into the wall, push up against it, and super jump right out of it.
Yeah, without being clipped.
Yeah. Spice got a 33-second gold there. So I don't know how he did that.
No, he did. He got a 1-second gold.
Oh, he did. Yeah, it looked like it. I was misreading it.
Alright, let's see Horseheads. They have a 1 in 4 chance. And could go on for infinity. Two
garbage!
Nice.
Yeah, average is, I think, if it's more than 7, then it's, bad, but, or you, like, lose to the odds, but,
Yep. Also, Nitro's, going for a flock clip past that key block. I've told him that shack jumping is faster many times, but
he
still
does the
doesn't
other
do
shack
it.
jumps, so he knows how to do it.
Yeah, I still don't know why he flock clips.
Here's a floor. For whatever reason, his hitbox likes to spawn before the game happens, so, you know, this guy, you skip 5 of his health. He's a better boss in Cravone's ROM hack, where he just put a pit over facades. Oh, he dropped it too early!
He mistimed it.
Yeah, he put a pit over his face.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was saying he put a pit over his face. He had to kill him with bomb arrows.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think Nitroz times this really weirdly, where he does like a specific amount of jumps and then drops a bomb, instead of using an audio cue like most people.
I just count. But, oh, there's this stupid trick with the bomb there. If you just have it, it does this.
Yep, it's amazing.
We don't get to hear everybody jamming on the triangle. So, is this shack jump faster than the Saga's bonk into the wall and super jump off of it? Or is...
I don't know.
Oh, when he gets the bomb trigger there.
It's probably about the same.
Yeah, I mean, if it saved time, it would just be one of those things that nobody does because it's impossible.
Yeah.
It's not easy, unless you're Saga.
So now we're gonna see if Nitroz forgot a seashell, because we're gonna get the level 2 sword, which costs 20 seashells.
If he did forget it, I think the closest one would be the Candlelit Moat, his little thing that he can sort of jump.
Also, that bar going up is RNG, and sometimes it can just take forever to go up, and sometimes it just shoots up instantly, which is basically the only thing that wastes time on this section of the run.
Yeah, all cutscenes have RNG.
Nice jump.
Level 2 sword has some really nice properties to it. It does twice the amount of damage, and it shoots sword beams at full health, which is very important.
It's totally useless.
Well, it used to be important
yeah,
when we did something else in Dungeon 5. But now Dungeon 5 is an absolute disaster, and Spice missing a bomb.
Also, jumping below surfaces underwater is slightly faster.
Yeah. So here's Dungeon 5. Fun fact about Helmosaurs, if you do a spin slash and you're holding the direction the Helmosaur is facing when you hit it with your sword, you'll kill it.
Yeah.
Which is why, even if you're not facing it when you do the slash, if you're jumping in the air and doing a spin slash, it's kind of nice. So here's early hook shot, and the way this
Horrible
works is, Master Stalfos is not programmed to drop the hook shot. He's programmed to drop.
Acorn.
He
had to pick
he
it
has
up.
to pick it up too.
Basically, if there's any kind of drops on the screen, something sprite slots.
Oh no! He got the key! It's over!
What was supposed to happen there, as I was explaining, is he's supposed to drag the key onto the other screen and get the hook shot, but he picked it up.
Okay, well...
Because something sprite slots, and I think he made the key drop before he picked up all the items, which messes it up.
No, he picked up everything. Maybe the acorn messes with it? I don't know.
I don't know either. But, I don't know.
So now he's gotta fight Master
I didn't pay attention to when the key actually dropped. Because that's what matters.
Oh, there was a heart on the ground when the key dropped.
Yeah, exactly. So that messed it up.
Right.
So this is actually Spice's chance to catch up.
Yeah, because everything that he did earlier, just it's down the tube. He lost a ton of time just by messing that up. And he killed Master Stalfos there, which that's problematic.
No, it's not. It's faster.
Doesn't he not spawn in the second room?
No, it's fine. It just drops the key. That's
okay, I thought he didn't set him
route.
as flagged as dead.
No, that's just literally the route we do in other categories.
Oh, I didn't realize it didn't flag him as dead. That's what I thought it changed to.
But yeah, anyway, you're not supposed to kill him. If you do, he drops the key, which is useful later.
Yeah.
So I guess now we're gonna see all of D5. Why
Well,
are you
all
getting
of
the
it.
bombs?
Because I think his snow squoob took over.
Well, actually, bomb route isn't that lenient if you have to do D5, so it's probably fair.
Yeah, but I mean, also even if he had enough bombs, it's possible that he just went on autopilot from no squoob.
Okay, so Spice is on early hookshot now. Let's see how it's actually supposed to be done.
Spice is pretty consistent with this as well.
So early hookshot is actually a 50-50 trick, and it wastes like 15 seconds if it doesn't work. So let's see if he gets it. That's a miss.
Yeah, you could see the hook shot there. But he could make up an enormous amount of time.
Let's see. Second try, maybe? Yeah, second try.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty average. So now all Spice has to do is get the boss key and fight the boss.
Yeah, and he's grabbing this key here because he needs that.
Yep, and now Nitroz has to actually fight Master Stalfos 4 as well, and backtrack all that way. So this race is actually still kind of close.
There's still some other areas to lose time to,
Yeah.
but Spice still has to do, like, if he goes bullheadedly for Goomba Surf, he could lose a ton of time there for no reason.
Yeah, I think Nitroz is still ahead right now.
Yeah, he is, because he's
But
still
not
do hook
by
shot.
that much. Maybe 30 seconds or so. Ah, more like 45, I think. So yeah,
Yeah,
now
getting that key.
Nitroz is just gonna go to the boss.
Yeah, so the hookshot has a bunch of fun properties where when you clip into things, you can kind of just hookshot past them. And also one-shots Helmosaurs, which is great, or seals their masks.
So yeah, he's gonna do a cool hookshot clip here where he clips into the block and just hookshots a bunch and he just moves through the wall.
You just go straight through it, and you enter this area as intended, but you skip a mini-boss that you can skip casually. Like, I had to refight Goma. Never seen in any category. Like when I was a kid, is how skippable that boss is.
Yeah, Spice is actually right on Nitroz's tail right now.
Yeah, he's gonna lose. I'm liking those sword slashes to the music though.
Yep.
Oh,
Also
almost
easy
gets
boss.
5 hits. Almost optimal.
Oh no,
Falls into the pit.
Nitroz!
Oh.
What are you doing? Oh, Spice has to do Rooster Skip, that's right.
Yeah, but if he gets it, you know, double first, he's still pretty fast.
He's probably gonna buffer.
The worst part is if he gets it, if he gets Rooster Skip like first try, like It would have been faster just not to do early. Like, he would have probably been ahead. Because again...
I believe in not memeing. God.
Shout out to the last time Spice ran this category in the first race. He super swam and wrong warped.
Was that in one of the dailies?
No, that was the first race of the last Hundo tournament, and it was him versus Node. And
I don't remember that.
He just exploded and decided to meme for the rest of the race because he had already lost.
Amazing.
I mean, after he wrong warped, he went and fought like the Grim Creeper, and rescued Marin.
I love it. I think I remember that vaguely.
That was a good race. I think he still got like 3rd place in that race because.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah, Goma is the only mini boss that we don't see. Well, I guess we don't see Smasher either, which is a shame. Because Smasher's adorable.
Smasher sucks though.
Yeah, but he's adorable. Okay, so bomb triggering heart pieces. There you go. There's another one.
This is also kind of one of those splits where just nothing happens.
Yeah.
Obstacle
but
skip.
You can get obstacle skip!
Very important. Also, what are Spice's equips? Is he gonna do this unbuffered? Oh god, he is. Amazing.
I mean, he got it. This is good.
He needed an extra menu, but he still got it. Amazing.
Yeah, he was too low to do obstacle skip.
Alright, so now Spice is gonna do the normal version of Rooster Skip. Quote unquote normal.
It's harder, in my opinion. It's so much harder than early Rooster Skip. That's just because you've practiced it forever.
I found early this game in like 2 years or something.
I think early Rooster Skip is much easier than this one.
Alright, so what he's gonna do is, he's gonna do a hookshot jump, which is basically jumping on the frame the hookshot retracts.
Oh my god,
really
that was so good! Yeah, so that's that, and you have 1 frame to do it. It's pretty lenient, and early Rooster Skip is so much nicer.
Yeah, on the frame that the hookshot just fully retracts, there's like 1 frame where the game thinks you're standing on solid ground, and you can get a jump in. So he's only like a minute behind.
Yeah, and this dungeon can waste a minute if dumb things happen.
Oh, dumb things can very much happen here.
I mean, Spice has already lost at least 20 seconds from typing in chat, so...
That's true. So here we get one of the most useless items in the game, the level 2 shield, which we literally never use.
There isn't even a bonk. I don't think we equipped the shield for the rest of the game.
I've definitely never forgotten that.
Oh, he wasn't gonna go for it. There's a faster strat there where you can jump off of that, and then do another hookshot jump, but it works if you, like, it's only faster if you first try it, and you just get it.
Also, we're just bomb triggering all of these pillars here in D7.
I really like this.
Nitroz.
Yeah, I hope Spice goes for the swag bomb trigger in that one room where you can drop a bomb against the wall and then drop a bomb into the pit at the same time. It's really, really, really cool. And
yep,
it saves a bomb and I think it's a little faster, but it's also not easy.
I don't think it's faster. Because if you just do it on the transition, then that's the fastest way.
That's true.
Alright, so Nitro's coming up on a very dumb RNG trick, Goomba Surf, and he gets
garbage.
First try. Oh.
Absolute garbage. Okay,
So that Goomba has a 25% chance to move right, and he got it first try. And then we have to do a naked super jump on top of there.
I think Spice's hopes now come down to a very confusing D8/hothead.
/ failed manip.
Yeah. So, this fight has some interesting properties, mainly if they leave the room. If they leave this room at all, that doesn't work because there's like a wall in the bottom. But when Evil Eagle leaves the top of the screen, his Y value goes below, and you can just kind of hookshot down and get him, because you can hookshot down above water, but not below it. In case anybody was concerned.
Yeah. Also, that actually doesn't work unless you save and quit since the last 2D section or something like that, or Mambo.
It's so weird. But yeah, so if you do fall down or you haven't done that save and quit, you have to fight him with bombs. It's not that hard of a fight with bombs. It's actually pretty rhythmic, and here's where Spice maybe loses even more time. That second try is not bad.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I don't remember how many Goomba surfs you have to fail before the P-hack line is faster. I think it's like 4 or 5. Oh, you can hookshot down underwater. You just have to buffer out of a sword slash.
Alright, coming up is another Zoomerang, hopefully.
He's not going for it. I don't think he's going for it. I'll be so sad. Oh, no, he's going for it.
He's going for it. Is he gonna bonk?
Oh,
that was a frame perfect menu. Oh, he's still doing it. I love this. Oh, that should be good. Let's see if he gets it, and the Zoomerang. That just wasted like 10 seconds, but it was worth it. If you get it first try, it's faster.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a bunch of properties that I don't actually know the mechanics behind Zoomerang.
Yeah, you have to do some specific inputs, and then you can just Zoomerang across the screen.
Yeah, I wish I knew the technical understanding, other than it was just something Black did, and then we tried to find out where it was faster, because it's cool as hell.
Yeah, we found it by accident when somebody used Boomerang on one of the color dungeon tiles. Alright, this time we don't do powder skip.
Yeah, well, because, I mean, we could say no, but then also, you know, he was just like, well, do you want to upgrade your powder? And he just keeps saying it, so...
Yeah. Also, we don't actually need powder anymore from here on out. Which is pretty ironic.
You might need it, just in case.
if shit goes down, then you need it, yeah.
Yeah,
nice
if you,
price.
I don't know, I always need it because I, for whatever reason, can't get the bomb trigger that makes that setup easy.
Also, that was flame skip, which is why the level 2 shield is completely useless.
Yeah, you're supposed to use that to skip it. And there's a bomb trigger, one of the last in the game. So, fun fact about this turtle head, he doesn't have a hitbox. Even if you wake him up with the song, he doesn't really wake up. He just walk right through him before he's active.
Yeah.
Cravone, I don't think chest turning ever saves time. But when you wake it up with the, when you wake it up with the, oh, he didn't do the bomb super jump, which is my favorite. But here's Bookshot. It's named that because you put Hookshot on B.
Yeah.
So you do a specific lineup. You kind of, oh, he didn't even do the jump towards it. You have to be right up against the ledge. You have to be lined up with 2 horizontal pixels, and then you basically, out of a menu, push Hookshot and Feather, and it happens. And here's Blano. Level 2 sword strong.
Yeah, and then you just jump and hookshot at the same time, which is actually faster because you move way faster doing that.
Yeah, and
there's a couple other places where we use that.
Yeah, and it skips a key, which is important because every key except for one of them is out of the way. And now here's another thing. So we have the flippers. So normally you can't Jesus jump after flippers, but you can still jump on lava because you have to be able to swim with it. But if you transition while being in the Jesus jump state, and you slash your sword, there's some like weird thing that the sword slash makes it consistent. You can just kinda just lava swim, and it's great. Also, that's pretty cool. You just jump in the air through your boomerang and you have a piece of heart. And so there's a little wiggle to kill that Vire. That's much more difficult / obnoxious than you think. Okay, here's the hardest mini-boss in the game. It's Cravone.
Also, Ruina, we actually haven't found any new tricks, I think, for like a year or two now. Most of the tricks in this game run are already pretty old.
Yeah. Like, and there's a couple things that were just, oh, this is an old trick, but we just incorporated it into a new place because we realized it was faster. The room that Nitroz is on, everybody kind of has a different path to do. I've actually been doing the one that Nitroz has been doing, or was doing there, because, I don't know, it's cozy. But you want to make it so that you can kind of jump over there.
Are you sure, Matt? I feel like Manip is already kind of old.
Manip is stupid. It skips
No,
the good music.
Manip doesn't skip the music.
Well, yeah, but to do Manip, you skip the music.
Yeah,
So here's
true.
Hothead. Hothead is a weird boss because he has very specific iframes.
Yeah, he has specific iframes, specific areas where he can get hit. And
If
nice
you-
tech skip. That's frame
Yeah.
perfect. And it
Yeah,
saves
and
like 4 seconds or something.
Yeah, if you do it wrong as well, you can, if you do Hothead wrong, you can put him in a position where you have to hit him 250 times.
Or you have to take one hit at a time in the lava.
Which, I did that during a rando once. I put him in that state, and I just didn't know what to do. I'm just like, what do I do here? I can't kill him. No, he doesn't go for the only despawn in this entire game, which can happen on that ledge.
Oh yeah. It's really hard to get.
Yeah, but it's also, like, free, because you aren't changing your equips or
Yeah.
anything, so...
Yeah, if you use Magic Rod on the perfect frame, then you just shoot a billion Magic Rod things and you despawn the next room.
This game
Which
has
actually
frame
wastes time.
overload. Yeah, but it's swag.
No, we don't set the boss on fire, we set him on magic.
Yeah. Magic, as you know, puts out fire. Wang boys.
Wang boys. I feel like we haven't been putting enough emphasis on Wang boys in the last couple of years.
Oh, we should shut up. Okay, so there's the national anthem. This is actually a really close race right now.
If Nitroz messes up real bad, then Spice can still win.
Yeah, if there's a bad Aghanim and he gets really unlucky,
Yeah, we should probably
and
start
I don't
explaining
know.
that.
Yeah, so
So
if you get a
basically, Aghanim in this game, he has a 50% chance to shoot a blue ball at you, but it's based on what pixel you're on. So by doing by moving on very specific pixels, depending on what positions he goes to, we can manip him to always shoot normal balls.
Yeah,
And Nitroz just messed it up by moving diagonally,
yeah,
which means it might work.
Spice
that's
actually
possible.
created an app, so you would know where you have to stand based on Aghanim's position.
So yeah, basically Nitroz move diagonally, which messes up your subpixels. So that means it might work, but it might not.
No,
Let's
if
see
he's going
if
for
he
Death
gets
will
it.
skip, and Death will just never open his eye.
Yeah, the first 2 hits are guaranteed. So that was
Then
the
it's
third.
50-50 forever.
And he got it. Nice.
Or was just lucky. Who knows?
Yeah, could be.
Oh, but he misses
Oh.
the Molar quick kill.
It's not that bad in Hundo, at least.
No.
And now we're gonna go for Death'll Skip, where we're gonna use the Ocarina to freeze one of Ganon's bats in place by playing the Ocarina on
Look,
the
I don't think
frame of
Nitroz
Spice
goes
Box.
for it.
Oh, he's not going for it. Well, Spice might.
Which, in theory, he is giving a chance for Spice to come back, because if Death'll doesn't open his eye, he doesn't have to.
Nah, that's seems unlikely at this point. But yeah, if you freeze one of Ganon's bats in place, then it's going to turn into Death'll as soon as the real Death'll spawns and just die instantly.
I would just like to point out to Spice again, if he just gave up on early Rooster Skip immediately, he would have probably won this race.
He would have won this, honestly. If he just didn't do it.
Oh, he messed up.
Oh.
He didn't get the minute.
GG for Nitroz.
So the worst part about
Now it's just moving
getting the
back.
bomb trigger is we miss, like, some of the best music in the game, which is the final boss fight.
Oh yeah.
So the boomerang one hits Death'll, and the main reason why you don't normally, it's really hard to hit him is because the way the boomerang moves. If you're standing in front of him, it kind of like wiggles around and is bad.
Yeah, you have
But-
to shoot it into his brain.
Yeah. So if you jump and throw it when he opens his eye, you'll hit it. But also because you have Blue Tunic, you have effectively forever amounts of health, and you can just do it. And Spice's not going for Death'll Skip either.
Also, hi Nitroz. GG, congrats.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This is where you point out everything that was bad.
Oh, well, there were a few things. One dungeon in particular went a bit south.
Was it the fifth one?
Yeah. I don't know why that trick failed, but it lost me 2 minutes. So it would have been a big PB actually if it wasn't for that. It's kind of a shame, but I feel like it played pretty well.
Would it
Yeah.
make you feel better or worse to know that if Spice didn't go for ERS, he would have won?
Ooh, what happened?
He
I wasn't
fine
paying attention
for-
to the
Yeah,
game.
he didn't do it. He bombed
He
it really
didn't do
hard.
it?
Yeah, he failed it enough that he was +4 on his splits.
Dang, that's... I
That's
mean,
fine.
you hate to see that in a race. I was really happy with my early Rooster Skip, it was pretty clean. It wasn't the fastest, but it definitely, like, it got the job done. As well as the Soar Bump. Definitely, like, the highlight from me was Dungeon 7. That was, like, the best Dungeon 7 I've ever seen.
Yeah, that was
a really good
so
Dungeon
clean.
7.
That was disgusting.
Like, I actually golded by 16.5 seconds, which is really good
Good
for a
lord.
2.5 minute
also-
split.
We're also joined by SpiceFather. Spice, why didn't you take my advice to just not do early Rooster Skip?
Well, as you can see, I didn't do really Rooster Skip.
I mean, I meant at all.
No.
I didn't do it at all.
I mean,
You did.
you attempted it.
If you didn't go for it, you would have won this.
I know, it's kind of disappointing.
It's sad.
I even practiced it before the race and it was going just fine, but I don't know. I must have just had... I think I might have left like a little too early on my landing or later something.
Yeah, I saw a bunch of times where you just held down for too long. So you couldn't get onto the ground.
Well, at least we both got to have a huge content choke in our run.
Oh, for sure.
Because I had D5 where I missed early hook shot and
Well, that
had
was
to
something.
go around normal.
Yeah.
The heart dropped and before the key did, and
Yep.
it was still on screen. So
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's important that you kill everything before the key drops.
Yeah, I see them. See, I was confused because one of them dropped an acorn and they normally don't do that. So I'm like, oh, does that mess up the trick?
I think it
And,
doesn't, but I would have also picked it up.
yeah,
Be safe.
but yeah, it was a pretty good run overall. I think, other than the one trick that both of you had hiccups on, respectively.
Yeah. Well, at least we got the D5.
Yeah, we're not. No
Yeah.
one else is going to be able to see that for the
Its
entirety.
entirety.
so
Oh, I mean, you say that, but
Memes
that's
will
We'll
true.
just have to
People
see.
can still ruin it, or Spice could just do it if he draws Matt.
Yeah, I
I
really
know.
want to see Spice versus
I
Matt.
want to see Spice get Rooster again, because that was
that
the
is-
greatest run of the last Hundo tournament.
That is the one major upside of this loss that I mean, I love Matt, but he's probably gonna not. Who is he facing?
I don't
Someone
know.
French?
I,
I don't-
I was
Oh,
upset
French one,
because when we
yeah.
originally
Oh,
drew
and
the brackets, you had him round 1, and then we had to let Spearister in.
Yeah,
That
so
was-
it all got reshuffled.
This is all Spearister's fault. We didn't get great content immediately.
It's okay, Matt. We love you.
Yeah. Listen, if we find someone else to insult, we will. But
Well,
unfortunately,
Alpha didn't join.
yeah, I didn't join.
Everybody go and follow Phantom Matt's Twitch channel.
Yeah.
For sure. If
Yeah,
you want
don't
to see
follow
some
me,
real
just follow Matt.
content.
That's a pretty cool guy.
Definitely.
But I think that's it for us. I don't know how we're supposed to sign off on this channel.
Look forward to next Tuesday where we have 4 races. Probably
So
only
many
one race will be restreamed, honestly.
Everybody wants to race on Tuesday, apparently. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, it happens with Swiss where we have 8 races a week. But 4 races on one day is a bit intense.
Yeah, we'll see how
Yeah.
that goes. It's going to be fun.
It's gonna be
It
a lot of good
is.
stuff.
All right. So, anybody have anything else they want to say about this race before I sign us off?
Seagulls are RNG.
Yeah, seagulls are RNG.
Oh my god.
All right, then. Thank you so much to Nitroz and spicefather for the awesome race. Thank you, Alpha 5 and Xander, for the commentary. Coming up on this channel in half an hour, we have the Ocarina of Time Randomizer North America Weekly match happening, so stick around if you want to see that. And as was mentioned, we have plenty of races in this tournament happening on Tuesday. Hopefully some or even all of them get restreamed, because they're not all at the same time, so that'll be kind of fun to see what happens there. I hope you all had a great time watching, and have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye!